Hi, I'm Bob McDemus. I'm the Thermal Spray Guy. Welcome to another edition of SprayWise. This is a series of short videos that's created to help job shop owners just like you make money.
Today's topic: how to assemble an AT400 twin wire electric arc spray unit. This is not intended to be a training video or a substitute for a trained professional. First, we want to assemble the wheels on the rectifier. This allows easy motion of the rectifier and wire control unit around your shop. Next, we want to set the wire control unit on top of the rectifier, being careful to align the tab on top of the rectifier with the slot in the bottom of the wire control unit. Next, we want to use a qualified electrician to connect the three-phase power and set the proper tabs on the transformer. Next, we want to connect the positive and negative main leads to the rectifier. We use a nut and a washer to lock them into place using a wrench to tighten. We want to feed the cables under the rectifier, being careful to feed them through the slot under the rectifier and keeping them clear of the wheels so they don't get tangled. Next, we want to connect the positive lead to the wire control unit. Note that as you slide the cable into place, you have to lock it. We're going to demonstrate that with this little short video showing attaching the positive cable. Notice it goes into the slot. We seat it to the bottom of the slot, and we give it a turn clockwise about a quarter turn. Next, we want to insert the negative cable into the wire control panel. Again, we use the same technique, slide that into the slot, and as that hits the bottom, just turn a quarter turn to the right. Next, we want to insert the main control cable into the rectifier. It has a specific number of pins in the connector, with a slot to line it up. Next, we want to connect the other end of that control cable to the wire feed control unit in the back. Again, it has a specific number of pins in the connector. Now we want to connect the arc gun to the console. Note that the gun has two coaxial cables, a compressed air line, and a control cable. First, we insert the first gun cable, the coaxial cable, into the wire feed control unit. As it bottoms to the slot there, we're going to tighten that large wing nut to hold it into place. Similarly, we're going to insert the second gun cable, the coaxial cable, and tighten the large wing nut. Note there are O-rings on both of these cables, which seals the compressed air in the coaxial cable. Next, we're going to attach the gun compressed air line to the wire feed control unit. This gives the atomizing air to the gun to allow the atomization of the melted material. We want to tighten that with a wrench to make sure we don't have an air leak there. And finally, we want to connect the control cable from the gun to the wire feed control unit. Again, this has a specific number of pins in the cable with a slot so it aligns properly. Next, we want to attach a 1/2 inch unrestricted compressed air line to the regulator in the wire control unit. It's important it's unrestricted because we do need a good volume of air at the proper pressure. Now we have a fully assembled AT400 ready for production. Watch for our next video, which will show how to load the wire and how we'll start spraying.
Hey, thanks for joining us for this edition of SprayWise. If you still have a question, we'd like to answer it. And right over here, you'll see a box that says, I have a question. Just click on that, type in your question, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks again for joining us.